My coworker got me written up for clocking in 2 minutes late, so I made sure she never clocked in again. Danielle started at our office 6 months ago and immediately became the rules police. She reported Jake for taking a 32-minute lunch instead of 30. She told HR that Simone used her personal phone during work hours. She even documented that Brad's keyboard was excessively loud and filed a formal complaint. I tried to stay off her radar, kept my head down, did my work. But 3 weeks ago, I clocked in at 9:02 a.m. instead of 9:00 a.m. Traffic on Route 95 had been brutal. Everyone was late that morning. Danielle reported me anyway. I got called into HR the next day. My manager, Patricia, looked exhausted. This is your first write-up. It goes in your file for a year. 3 write-ups and you're terminated. My stomach dropped. It was 2 minutes. There was an accident on 95. I know, Patricia said. But Danielle filed the report with timestamps. My hands are tied. I wanted to scream. Instead, I just nodded and walked back to my desk. Danielle was smiling at her computer. She didn't even look up. I sat there thinking maybe this would blow over. Maybe Danielle would get bored and move on to someone else. I tried complaining to Jake about it at lunch. She's insane, he said. But what can you do? Just avoid her. I couldn't avoid her. We worked 10 feet apart. For the next week, I watched Danielle operate. She had a notebook where she wrote down everyone's violations. She took photos of messy desks. She timed bathroom breaks. That's when something clicked. If Danielle was documenting everyone else, she had to be violating something too. Nobody's perfect. I just needed to pay attention. I started on a Monday. Danielle clocked in at 8:58 a.m., 2 minutes early. She went straight to the break room and made coffee. Took her first sip at 9:03 a.m., still on the clock, still not at her desk. Company policy says you start work at your scheduled time, not in the break room, not making coffee. I wrote it down. Day 1, violation logged. I opened a new spreadsheet on my computer, titled it Project Files. Made it look boring enough that nobody would question it. Tuesday, she left at 4:47 p.m., 13 minutes early. I checked the system later. She'd clocked out at 5:00 p.m. That's time card fraud. My hands were shaking when I typed it into my spreadsheet. Wednesday, she spent 47 minutes on a personal phone call. I timed it. Her sister was having boyfriend drama, and Danielle was on speakerphone giving advice about whether to ghost him or send one last text. I documented everything. Times, dates, specific violations. Thursday, she took a 38-minute lunch. I watched the clock, left at 12:14 p.m., returned at 12:52 p.m. When she walked past my desk, I quickly switched to my email. My heart was pounding so hard I thought she'd hear it. She paused. You okay? You look stressed. Just a lot of work, I said. She smiled. Don't let it pile up. Management notices that kind of thing. Friday was the best. She used the office printer to print 23 pages of what looked like her kid's school project. Color ink. Company resources for personal use. I waited until she left the printer, then took photos of the pages in the output tray before she collected them. I had 2 weeks of material, but I didn't stop. I kept going. Week 2, she arrived 11 minutes late on Monday. Clocked in on time anyway. I screenshot the security footage timestamp showing her walking in at 9:11 a.m. She took a 52-minute lunch on Wednesday. Came back smelling like Chipotle with cilantro in her teeth. By week 3, I had a 14-page document. Every violation categorized, timestamped, cross-referenced with company policy. I even had photos of her personal printing jobs in the recycling bin. I submitted everything to HR on a Thursday afternoon. Attached the document as a PDF titled Rules Compliance Report. Patricia called me in the next morning. She looked like she hadn't slept. This is extensive. I learned from the best, I said. She flipped through the pages, stopped on page 7. Time card fraud alone is grounds for immediate termination. I know. She kept reading. Her expression got darker with every page. She reported you for 2 minutes. Yes. Patricia closed the file. We'll handle this. An hour later, Danielle was called into HR. She walked in smiling, carrying her violation notebook like she was about to present evidence. Walked out 6 minutes later, carrying a cardboard box. Her notebook was gone. Her face was red. Her hands were shaking so badly she almost dropped the box. She wouldn't look at anyone. Jake leaned over. What happened? She got fired, I whispered. For what? Being 2 minutes late and about 40 other things. Patricia pulled Danielle's write-up from my file that same afternoon. Consider this resolved. I still have the spreadsheet. Renamed it Karma XLSX. I open it sometimes when I clock in at 9:02